which I'm not ruling that out with the horses. If we can eat horse meat, we're going to eat horse meat. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here, back with some more Ostriv. Possibly, if everything works out, might actually be the last Ostriv. We are working towards 150 population. That's my goal. That's my plan. That's what I want to see happen before I can say I'm okay with Ostriv. I am done with Ostriv. We built everything. We've built everything that it is possible to build in Ostriv, many of them multiple times. What I'd like to start out with, now that I've got the new stone mining camp over here, and that is stocked with workers, a couple of guys humping some stone around here, I'd like to go ahead with my plan of another forestry department over here. I think that would be really handy for building in this area, because the other two forestry areas are pretty far away. So if we're going to be building stuff around here, it'd be pretty handy to have a forestry right over here somewhere. So let's get this to go somewhere around here, probably right here would be pretty good. Guys, get going on that. You should be moving a little faster now that we've got horses and carts to haul things around. What, if anything, is stopping immigration? Just housing. Just housing. Okay, good. Good. I'll let you guys get going on the forestry thing. The crops are coming in, so there should be plenty of food and food variety over the winter, which is good, because what I don't want is an exodus. I don't want people whining about food or, starving to death or anything like that. Because then, obviously our population will plummet. We're kind of back to square one. As always, how my cows doing around here? Okay, we got a brand new bull at 2 months. Very, very nice. You guys are doing great over here. How about the newlyweds? How are you guys doing? Still just that one bull. Okay, that's fine. You keep doing what it is you're doing over there. Now, the whole reason we need more cows is so we can get more leather. How is my shoemaker doing? Still not enough leather. Leather guy. Okay, you're almost done with your batch. Right, in September, next month, you will have a new batch of leather done, and we can get some stuff going on around here. What's your problem? Are you exhausted? Okay, I can solve your problem very, very quickly. You can go to fallow, and you can go to fallow. Oh, and they just finished my new warehouse, too. I forgot about that. I love the way that clips into the granary, next door to it. Makes it look like one big building. Okay, well, we're going to basically store stuff in here. Why don't you have... Actually, should you have hides? Because I'd really like those to go directly to the leather maker. That would be the ideal. Actually, what do I want you to store around here? Store some lime, because we often need that. Store... This is supposed to be for non-food, but I see we can store wheat in here. Store some wood. Actually, it won't kill you to store some wood. Maybe if people need it in the area, they can just pick it up. And store, I don't know, like a whole bunch of lime if you feel like it. I don't really know how much you need. Store some salt. That would be an excellent idea. Again, for the leather maker, that would be a good one. We often rip that off from passing traders. What else? I don't know. Quicklime? Sure, why not? Have some of that. Yeah, problem with that is it took a long time to get a worker in there, which makes me a little bit concerned about the new forestry department. However, it's not vital. If nobody works here, it's not the worst thing in the world. Things will happen without that being up and running. Speaking of the new stone mining camp, how is that doing? You're getting stone and limestone. Okay. You are picking up some stuff here. I wonder if it would be worth putting up another lime kiln on that side of town. You've got quicklime in there. And then there's another building I need to actually make... It's a very long process for lime. What is the other building that I need? Not the forestry. Right, the lime works. And I know I have one of those around here somewhere. There it is, Lime Works. Okay, so you are getting the stuff you need, right? And we lowered your batch. I'm going to lower that even a little bit more. I want to make sure you guys are doing what you need to do. I'd rather have you doing a little bit all the time than sitting around doing nothing, waiting for a lot of materials that take a long time to acquire. I should check in on the new chicken coop that we put up. How are you guys doing? 10 adult chickens, 19 hatchlings. How was your food? Yeah, you got plenty of food. You are 100% fine on food. Okay, I think I'm really just kind of waiting for the harvest to be over, and it actually looks like it is almost over. There's some fields up in here they could get working on. Are there any, just in prep for next year, are there any cows I could turn into oxen? Almost. So this bull is about to hit a year old, and we can turn you into an ox. That'll be more fields plowed properly, which means more yield. I notice it is now September. Oh, Mr. Tannery, you're almost done. You're super almost done. Okay, good. That'll give the shoemaker something to do. And the saddlery guy, you need leather as well. Yeah, not enough leather to start production. You've got some, but not much. Okay, fair enough. Now, I've got a messenger popping by. Is there anything I feel I want to sell you? I don't think there is. I want all of this. Did we make any clothes yet? We did, actually. All right, I'll go ahead and trade you 100 clothes. There you go. 100 clothes for a whopping 25 gold. 25 gold on that. You've got animals. That's fine. I'm kind of making my own animals these days. A charcoal I can make like it ain't no thing. No, I actually think I'm pretty good with you. I just ripped off some iron off of somebody else, so I'm just going to sell you those clothes and call it a day. What's your problem? You're exhausted? Okay, go to fallow. That's fine. I mean, we've often had chats about the crop rotation in Ostriv, and I'm just not very good at it. What? I know, your soil is exhausted. You're going to fallow. Get rid of that then. Everybody go to fallow. There you go. Fine. It's all fine, game. Don't worry about it. I find it easier for me to do it manually at the end of the season. I am not programmed well enough to organize my crop rotation and then just leave it alone. I get it. I understand it. It's just the way my head works. It's just easier for me to do it manually season by season. But, obviously much smarter people than me play Ostriv. We know that from the comments section. And yet another newborn cow from my all-stars here in the first cow shed. Nothing new over here, guys, huh? No, just that bull from last year. That's fine, or earlier this year, really. Yeah, cows are the way to go. And I was skeptical about cows because we had those initial hiccups with the cows walking in and then immediately dying of starvation. But I think we've solved that problem because we've got 8 zillion units of hay now, and the fallow fields and the pastures. Cows have no problem getting food. Now, it's a slow process. They don't breed very quickly. But boy, when they do start breeding, holy moly, you get a lot of cows out of that. If I had to do this all over again, I would have got into cows a lot earlier. It's a great source of meat. Leather, obviously, hides and all that stuff. I would have done the cow thing much earlier, but I was kind of spooked by my initial setbacks with them where they died super quickly. But no, they're actually very easy to feed. I've got hay for days. I've got hay for years. Years worth of hay. If only the humans in Ostriv could eat hay, we'd be all set. And they've got my new forestry up and running. Let's see if anyone's available. I'm going to open up 3 spots and see if anyone fills it. I don't think that we will. I think we've kind of got full employment here in Ostriv, which naturally means it's time for another house, I feel. What if we put another house up around here somewhere? Like sort of, I know you don't have any workers. It's all going to be fine. Uneven. It could go there. It's not really my ideal. How about we parked it right around here? Okay, get that done. Yeah, I know you don't have any workers. It's all going to be fine. Eventually, at some point, it'll all be 100% fine. Guys, have you moved stuff into the new warehouse? You have. You've moved a little bit of stuff into the new warehouse. That's good. And you've got some food in here. Not a lot. I do see you got some beef in there. That's good. Not a lot, but you've got some food in there. All right, keep plugging away on that if you could, guys. How are the horses these days? I haven't checked in on these guys in a little bit. You are, let me see, you need to be 2 years old to be a draft horse. So you've got a little while. However, my breeding stock, my male and female, are getting on in years. I might make those 2 draft horses and then keep these 2, the male and female, 1 year for breeding purposes. That might be a smarter idea. Again, I don't know how long animals live naturally in Ostriv without me slaughtering them. Which, I'm not ruling that out with the horses. If we can eat horse meat, we're going to eat horse meat. If anything else, it'll be food variety. But I don't know how long their natural lifespan is. And as we've said before, I don't want to end up with accidentally not having any breeding stock because they just died of, horse old age, whatever that may be. I see the pigs are rather populous these days. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got a bunch of pigs. We've just completed a house. 2 more people are here. There's 146 on the old population ticker up there. Yeah, we're doing fine with the pigs. They're a little more finicky to feed, but it's basically okay. I think just the one pigsty right now is the smart idea. That's just me. I'm comfortable with this. They're being fed. I think if we put up a second pigsty, 149 on the population. 149. Nobody is looking for a job. Yeah, we've got full employment. We've got a full employment problem here. I've still only got 2 workers in the forestry, the new forestry. So we have a full employment issue around here. I've got another messenger showing up, and this guy's got a lot of stuff. A whole lot of stuff. Did we make any shoes yet? Yeah, we did. Okay, so shoemaker guy actually got through some batches there. Sure, I'll sell you 50 shoes or 25 pairs of shoes, I'm not sure, for that whopping 16 gold. And that is going to take a huge chunk off that 15k that we're in debt. How about clothes? Yeah, we've done some clothes. We have made some clothes, so I'll sell you 40 of those for 10. And then I'm just going to steal a bunch of stuff off of you, primarily salt. I think we might be a little bit lacking. So how about you gave me 250 units of salt? I think I actually paid for that. With the stuff I just sold him. Okay, excellent. Good. I'm feeling... you know what? I don't care. I don't care about the money. We've established this over many, many parts of Ostriv. I just don't care. I'd like to care. I would like Ostriv to make me care about my debt. Because right now there is no incentive for me to be out of debt. Apart from, personal pride, I guess, of saying, aha, I'm profitable in Ostriv. But no, Ostriv offers me no scenario where it behooves me to get out of debt. There's no end game where, somebody looks at my town and says, dear God, man, you're 15,000 gold in debt. Shut it down. No, it's just happy to let me steal stuff on permanent credit, unlimited credit from the passing traders. So there's no real incentive for me to do that. And I make so very little money on the things that I do sell. And it's come through in the comments several times. Well, build more production facilities and build more stuff. And then you'll make more money every time you trade because you're making, 1,000 pairs of shoes. And that's going to be a lot of money. I get it. I totally get it. The incentive's not there though. And I'm repeating things that I've said before, and I apologize for that, but the incentive is not there. Ostriv doesn't make me care about that. It's not a trading game yet. It's not a trading game. It's a town builder, and it's a spectacular town builder. But this is not a trading game because there's no incentive for me to trade. And I'm just seeing the guy who lives here works in the forestry department, which is excellent. He just got up, got his breakfast, and walked over to the forestry department to start cutting down some trees. That is excellent. We are at our 150 population. It's there. What I am going to do is build another house to kind of lock it in. I guess I don't want people dying of old age in the next few minutes. So I'm just going to have them build another house and just get a little bit above 150, but we're there. I've done it. For what it is, I've done it. You know what wouldn't have been a bad idea either is a second tannery. Because it takes this guy so long to make these batches, having 2 of them working at once might have been a better idea, just to constantly be making leather, because leather is what's slowing us down. Leather stops the shoemaker, not enough leather to start production. Stops the saddlery guy, not enough leather to start production. So everything grinds to a halt without the leather maker, the tannery, working faster. And it doesn't seem to matter what size the batches are. I have a very, very low batch size. It still takes them 6 months to make leather. Maybe that's how long it takes to make leather. I have no idea. My amount of leather making skills is basically constricted to pretty much being able to spell the word leather and nothing else. So I have no idea if it just takes like half a year to make leather, but this guy takes forever. A second leather place, tannery, So they're constantly doing it. And obviously I'd have to bump that up with even more cows, but if I'd gotten started on the cow thing earlier, we could have had a lot more hides kicking around. Well, there we go. 154, some people just moved in to the new house. I gotta say, I'm calling Ostriv done. I'm calling Ostriv done. And at a point where I actually feel, despite my failings in the financial aspect, I think we've got the place to a stable level. We're producing enough food to feed our citizens. Yeah, every now and then they whinge about food variety, but we are comfortably producing enough food to feed all of these people. All the animals are getting fed. The production facilities are working slowly, but they are working. We are making things. I'm going to tell you, I'm pretty pleased with what we've created here. I mean, remember, this is Ostriv. We started with 10 tents, right where the market square is now. We started with 10 families in tents, and we've grown it to this. This is not a small town. This is actually pretty darn good. For me, anyway, that's all I can judge this by. I'm sure every single person in the comments section has like giant megapolises of Ostriv and they're, thousands of gold ahead of the game and not 15k, almost 16k in debt. I have the utmost confidence that everyone else on the planet is better at Ostriv than I am, but I'm pretty pleased with what I've created. This is a really good-looking town. It's working. People are fed. People want to move in here. When I put up a new house, people have jobs. They're not getting paid very much for it, but they have jobs. They have 2 functional bridges and a completely useless bridge that goes absolutely nowhere. I'm pretty pleased with where I am in Ostriv, and I'm pretty comfortable calling it a day on Ostriv and saying we are done with this. I know this has been a very popular series on the channel. I know it's always had very, very solid views. You guys have been really enthusiastic, and a thank you right now to the comments section for sticking through all of Ostriv. I just got so many good tips and advice and comments from you guys, and I really appreciate it. I hope you guys had fun watching it. I had a ton of fun putting this together for you guys, but it can't go on forever. Can it? And I'm not going to. No, this is the last Ostriv, but just for the folks who have done way more Ostriv than me, can you just keep going forever? I mean, it's 1738 now. Can I push this till 1963 and we're still building this town? I don't know. I feel in theory it could just literally go on forever, but not here, not on the channel, not on the wee hours. We do have to finish at some point. I reached my goal, 150 people. The town is basically functional. It's flat broke. It's more than flat broke, but it's basically functional. So once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning into Ostriv. I've had a ton of fun playing it for you. I hope you guys had a ton of fun watching it. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Bugs are inherently stupid, and they get in places and they can't get out. You know what places they get in? Things that are wide open that don't have screens over them. It's a piece of mesh. We figured this out like 100 years ago. What is wrong with the British, the Irish? I'm just going to keep shooting Hildegard until she goes away, which is my response to most nuns, really. So now, the pit of death is carbon dioxide, polluted oxygen, polluted water, and urine. I've just made it just a little bit worse for everyone down here.